Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in, and the Chicago Bears have officially made their hire for the next head coach. That would be Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator from the Detroit Lions. Now, to be honest, I was going to post a short because I didn't think the Bears were going to make this hire, especially this fast. I thought it would have been at least probably towards after the championship game, because I thought the Lions were going to get that far, and I thought the Lions were going to be at least close to the Super Bowl. I thought if they would have made this higher, they were going to wait. But since the Lions lost against the Commanders, he was freed up to accept the job. And first things first, don't mind the Ohio State gear. As the time I'm recording this, it's Monday. Ohio State plays tonight for the national championship. Shout out to my Buckeyes. But either way it goes, the Bears have finally got their guy and head coach as Ben Johnson, coming from the Lions, who we've seen with this Lions offense and the time that he spent in Detroit, that Lions offense only got better and better and better. And this past season, the Lions were the top scoring offense in the NFL. Now, what I think he's going to bring to the Bears is, number one, a system that can benefit Caleb Williams. A system that can use the running game, which is the Bears, at times this past season or this season, however you want to look at it, they struggle to run the football at good portions of the year. And the one thing that the Bears need to do, and one thing that Ben Johnson does, is run the football on a consistent basis. Now, another thing that I think Ben Johnson brings to this Bears roster, we still got a lot of roster moves to do and shake out over time, but my anticipation of him as the head coach leading the Chicago Bears offense is that, number one, he's going to look at this team and say, we need better offensive line play. He's going to look at this team and say, we need to run the football more. And I think the way that Caleb Williams needs to improve, and the way that we've seen Ben Johnson improve Jared Goff year after year after year with the Detroit Lions, is that I think he will be the guy that gets Caleb Williams to continue to take steps in the right direction, to continue to take steps up. Now, of course, I don't expect the Bears to hit the ground running offensively and look like the Detroit Lions were, because at the end of the day, we know the Bears have talent. We know the Bears have DJ Moore, Odunze, Kmet, DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson. But the main thing that I think he brings is innovation. And we've seen with Bears offenses in the past, they don't really have innovation in their offense. And that is something that we've seen Ben Johnson do with this time with the Detroit Lions, is build that offense, continue to make it better year after year, and be more innovative as far as his scheme goes, the way he draws up the run, the way he does with setting up the play action, which has been the Detroit Lions' best thing in their passing game, especially these last 2 years, where we've seen the Lions come from basically one of the bottom teams that we've had in the league for the past couple of years before these last two. It's been almost a decade or two that this Lions team offensively, there's not a very good offense. And we've seen when Ben Johnson took over, they've gotten better, and they've gotten better, and they've gotten better. And that is something that obviously we really need in Chicago, especially with the investment that the Bears made on the offensive side of the ball with the skill positions this past offseason. So the hiring of Ben Johnson, I think, is a very good hire. Now, the one thing that you're going to have to kind of wait and see with their first-time head coach when it comes to the NFL level is he a leader of men? Is he a guy that can shift the culture? Is he a guy that can change the culture here with the Chicago Bears? Because we've seen, even with the Matt Nagy era and in this past Matt Eberflus era, it is a team, it is a locker room that needs change from top to bottom, and I'm still going to be interested to see if he brings that. Now, what he's done on the offensive side of the ball is tremendous. I think one of his most important hires, just like if you were to hire a defensive guy, I've always said the most important hire for a defensive guy, offensive coordinator. And the way this Bears defense has the talent and potential to be set up, a very important hire for Ben Johnson is who is going to be his defensive coordinator going forward. But when we talk about the moves that I think he's going to make with this Bears offense, I can see them continually graduating to get better as an offense. I think he's going to innovate this offense, make it look like something us Bears fans probably have never seen from a Chicago Bears offense, probably in our entire lifetime, and make this offense better potentially. Now, it's always a wait and see thing when it comes to first-time head coaches. It's always like that. Our last few head coaches have been first-time hires. Whether we go back to the days of Lovie Smith, whether we go back to Tremaine, John Fox wasn't a first-time hire, but Matt Nagy, then Matt Eberflus, first-time head coaches, and that is going to be what I'm interested to see most. I know he's going to bring some offensive innovation. I have anticipation that he's going to do things to make Caleb better. I know he's going to do things to try to get the most out of your offensive skill position, your offensive weaponry, which we didn't really see last year. Now, like I said earlier, the one thing that needs to improve is the offensive line play. Now, I've always said that they needed to fire Chris Morgan, who's the offensive line coach, and we're waiting to see how that goes. But offensive line, I think, needs better play, and he had a great offensive line with Detroit. Let's not make no bones about it. That Detroit offensive line was one of the top offensive lines in the league. And the way that he schemed up with that line, it worked perfectly. Now, from the offensive line talent level, we know it's a decrease from what he had in Detroit. But I think the things that he does to innovate an offense, I think the things that he can do to help Caleb continue to take those steps, I think that the Bears really made a good hire with hiring Ben Johnson. Still got some time to play out. We still got some roster moves to make. So it's a little too early to give those type of prognostications and predictions. But I think they did the right move in hiring probably, if we want to be honest, the hottest coordinator in the league, hottest coordinator as far as getting head coaching jobs that we have in the league. And I think the Bears usually don't do that because we've seen the last couple of candidates kind of been a little bit out of left field, whether it was Eberflus or Nagy, kind of been a bit out of left field. But for the Bears to just really get Ben Johnson in here as head coach, I like it from the surface, but time will play out. But at least the Bears have their guy as head coach. Ben Johnson, welcome to Chicago, and hopefully you do great things here. But I'm signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day. More videos coming like this because the Bears have more hires to do. So stay tuned. I'll catch you guys later. Go Buckeyes too. Peace.